Hello and welcome to part 5 of Deca Learns Rust by Example. Previously we went through the activity here to fix the two issues. I didn't do the pie one yet. We'll do that at a later time. But we still have to go through a few of these. I believe the dog's being rather awkward again, just because it feels like it. Yeah, so we went through the binary one. We're moving on to the width and stuff now. Now, we've already compiled and run all this, but if we go through this, so you can write a line text with a specified width. This will output basically that. 5 white spaces and a 1. We could make it bigger by saying a width of 20, which will give like 19 white spaces and a 1. That's pretty much how simple that is. It's like saying tabbing, if you like. That's as if it's tabbed over 1. But now it's like it's tabbed over like 4 and a bit. So if we change that to 21, that would be like tabbed over 4? Yeah, tabbed over 4. So that's fairly straightforward, really. So moving on from that, we can also pad numbers with extra zeros. That's where the whole to the right of this add 0 with a width of this many. So it'll literally say, okay, we're going to add 6 to pad out this with zeros. You could do this with something else if you want. I think you might be able to do ones or any other number, but I'm going to save that and see what happens. I'm going to actually run this again and we'll see if that's padded out with ones instead. I'm going by the logic of what it says. No formatting print. It does not like ones, it only likes the zeros to be there. Okay, that's cool. So that'll pad it out with zeros. It's going to pad it with 6 zeros there. So if I do 5 zeros. So if I do 11, it'll pad it with 10 zeros and have a 1 on the end. So if we actually run this, that should be fixed now. And the dog really wants some sort of attention. Let's have a look. If you'll excuse me, I'll see if I can grab him, because he really wants to just play at the moment, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, the dog's actually joining in now. He's sitting down at the keyboard. It's going to be really hard typing right now, but it's all good fun. He's kind of getting all tangled with the wires and everything as well. All good fun. Oh dear, we've had hack a cat and now we've got the dog deciding it's a good idea to start typing. Apparently VX with one paw. No, he's having a little walkabout on the desk. All good fun. Right, where was I? Right, we'd got through the whole fact that we can pad with zeros. Let's look. I can't actually even see the screen. Oh, that was it. Yeah, we've done the whole Bond, James Bond. That's just doing the whole my name is 0, 1 0. So 0 being Bond. So my name is Bond. Dog's now climbing up my shoulder. That's quite mad. He's a fairly small dog, but still, it's just a bit crazy. He's now having a bit of fun there. I think he's just a bit bored. I'm going to have to take him out for a walk soon. Might go to the park or something. Right, a bit off subject, gone over on one. Now, create a structure which contains I32, name is structure, allow dead code. That's not good. Well, allow dead code allows us to use code here and not actually use it in the system. If I remove the allow dead code, it'll moan. It's basically going, okay, well, we'll never use this structure at all in this. So we can remove that really. To tidy up, you'd get rid of all this here. That's fine. Let's just save that. So we haven't got much left to do on this particular subject. So I might just make this a 5-minute video. Not too sure. No, I'll carry on a little bit because I would like to get to the end of this part at least. So here are our next activities: to add a print line macro that prints pi to roughly 3.142, controlled by the number of decimal places shown for the purpose of this exercise. Hint: you may like to check the standard format documentation setting the number of decimals to display. So if I go here, we've got the standard format documentation. Let's have a look, see what it says about how many decimal points. Let's do Control F, decimal places. There we go. To do that, each argument type dictated format string. Particular type A is an example of the asterisk syntax with a set number of decimal floating point types. Syntax used the number of characters to print precede the actual object being formatted. The number of characters must have type U size. So here's the decimal place, here's the data. I think Dog's got something to say about that. He's going, where's my pi? Sorry mate, we're talking about a number, not food. Just heard the word pie, is like, is that food? Is that mine? Right, so let's do what it says. I'm going to say let pi equals 3.1 something. See, I know it's 3.142, but it's actually 3.141 something, isn't it? Let's see what these have to say about it. Let's get back here. We want it to 3.141592. So let's do that. 3.141592. Okay, it's unused at the moment, but then we'll do. Dog's really trying to run around and press keys. I'm just trying to keep him away whilst doing this and typing, whilst holding him with the one hand and kind of mouse and keyboard with the other and getting all tangled up. All good fun. Every time I go to type, he sort of like moves around and makes it so I can't. Right, so we're doing the print ln macro, and we're going to format it. What does it say to actually type? As in, what does it want us to do? Print pi roughly to 3.142 by controlling the number of decimal places shown. For this purpose, the exercise is an estimate, and you may need to check the documentation to say the number of decimal places. So, what I'm going to do in this one then is literally just do this. I want to do pi, and is it colon asterisk? And then we go comma 2, because we want 2 decimal. Was it 2 or 3 decimal places? I think it was 3 decimal places, and then pi. Doing all this whilst the dog's wriggling about and being special. It's alright mate, I'm not talking to myself, well, semi-talking to myself, I'm on live stream. But you know what I mean. Right, so theoretically if I've been able to concentrate enough, I think that possibly should be correct. Let's just run it and have a look. I think the dog's getting a bit restless now, he's trying to jump over everything. Compile formatted versions outside the current crate. Nightly builds run with Z external macro backtrace. Okay, I'll have another look at that now. I'll try and let the dog down a bit because he's all tangled in with the headphone wires. There we go. Okay. He's probably going to start barking in a sec. I'm trying to kind of concentrate on him and this at the same time, but it's really failing miserably. Right, so let's have another look at this again on the documentation because I've missed something. Oh, dot star. Missed out a dot. Okay, let's save that and hopefully this is it. I think that's the only thing that was wrong, to be honest. It's just a typo. Concentration. You don't need it when you're doing stuff. here we go, 3.142, exactly like it says. Well, I wouldn't say exactly, I added the word pi to it, but you know what I mean. So that's actually that part done. Have we got anything else left to do on that activities? Added on display decimals. Nope, I believe that's dealt with, and the dog's having a mad one, so I'm going to kind of end it here. We've had a 10-minute stream, so thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in the next one.